Well, we'll go over to the visitor side, and Victor Faust playing. There you can see the record has not won since November on the road. It's been a tough grind for goaltenders in Edmonton. He's going to do his best to try and turn things around starting tonight. For the Florida Panthers, Roberto Luongo, game 34. Look at that record. And more importantly, that save percentage is quite a bit higher than the .919 when you start adding all the math. That is his career average save percentage. So Roberto Luongo, in my estimation, needed to be at about .924, where he is right now, to really sort of stabilize a Florida Panther team. That being said, doesn't have to be great. Just has to be a little better than his career average, and he's delivered that so far this season.
All right, Bjugstad, Jokinen, and Jimmy Hayes begin for the Panthers. And when the puck drops, by the way, Luongo will officially pass Jacques Plante on the all-time games played list in the NHL. He'll move to 11th, where he also sits in victories.
And Roberto knows who Jacques Plante is.
Oh, yeah.
As a native Montrealer, must have watched that great goaltender of the past years perform with hardly a mask.
Goodbranson and Olsen begin on defense for the Panthers. Here comes Bjugstad with some space. It rolls towards the net, and Faust will cover up.
Well, we talked about it just last week. Todd Nelson, the new coach, is trying to bring in some systems for the Edmonton Oilers. But if you remember that game, Nail Yakupov made a terrible turnover at his blue line. The challenge for a coach is not establishing a system. It's getting individual players out of bad habits. That is the tougher part, I believe, of coaching.
Knocked down at center ice. Jokinen trying to find it against Klinkhammer. And he dumps in, does Klinkhammer. Hendricks down low. Olsen got a piece of it. Jokinen back defensively. There was Bjugstad down low to receive that pass. And you see Jokinen. Lead pass tipped away. And Hendricks shoots right back in. Goodbranson as the Panthers change. Turns it ahead for Big Willie Mitchell. The Panthers captain. Some great thoughts from him in that interview with Billy Lindsay just before the puck drop about the development of this Panther team. Well, they've lost 2 straight games in regulation right now. It's only the 3rd time this year this team has done that. Last year, 25 times.
Ouch.
They lost that many. So they've been very good at turning it around quickly, Dennis.
I've only got one comment about that interview. You know, Willie Mitchell's got to be a defenseman. He was very cerebral in his answers.
Bolin strips Hall. I knew something like that was coming for. I just had a funny feeling early on.
I love those defensemen, I'll tell you what.
We know. As well you should.
Yep. I think that they are hard to come by, as we talk about so often. And, you know, really has been a big part of the Panthers' success, the fact that all 6 have been relatively healthy all the way through. Kulikov, a couple of games here and there.
Petrie had some troubles down low with Boys and Barkov all over him. And Huberdeau's got the puck. The give to Boys, back over to Barkov. Back to Boys again, off his skate. Barkov cleans it up, puts it towards the front of the net, and Faust will cover. Baptist Health has our scratches for Gerard Gallant. Brandon Peary, Victor Trocheck both out. Sean Thornton still out, but he is skating. And Denny, one more game before the All-Star break. Panthers will have about 7 days off after that, and they'll probably get Thornton back afterwards.
And again, tougher decisions for the coach, right? I mean, it's good to have all the healthy guys. It's good to have tough decisions. It's tough for young players not to play every night, but that's part of what you need to do. And in the meantime, watch and learn.
Personal centering pass. Petrie jumping up, and Luongo with the first big save of the night. Ferentz at the point. Over to Purcell. Centering feed. Petrie again blocked in front that time by Aaron Ekblad. And Huberdeau fires out to center, but couldn't get a clean lead of Boys. So a good stop there for Luongo. Here comes Johnny Huberdeau moving in. Goes wide and then lost it for a moment. Battles in the corner, and now the help from Barkov. Plays it around the boards. Goodbranson. Nice coverage at the point by Upshaw. His wrister right on Faust, the save, and he's able to cover up.
All right, well, let's get back to the neutral zone, where the Panthers have been very dominant in the past. Not looking so good here. Look at how the Florida Panthers leave too much open ice. It's a 3-on-2 when it should have really been a 3-on-3, and there you get an opportunity on goal. So look for Todd Nelson's defensemen to get much more into the play. What created that play was the defenseman adding a fourth attacker that seemed to confuse the Florida Panthers just for a moment. So look for the Panthers to better defend, but I think under Todd Nelson, look for many more attacks involving their defensemen.
Kopetsky scored the game winner Sunday night in Edmonton in that 4-2 Panther win. In the third period, here comes Derek Roy shifting in. The back check by McKenzie, then the shot on goal stopped by Luongo. Pouliot played it down low. Pouliot's got a 4-game goal streak going for the Oilers, number 67. 2 goals in each of his last 2 games. In fact, he has scored the last 5 Edmonton goals that the team has scored.
6 goals in the last 4 games. Goldie, is that the amount of teams he's played for in the last 6 years?
You're right up there. No question. Kulikov blocked the shot.
That's why it's a little, it's probably not surprising for Edmonton. They signed him to a nice contract as a free agent.
Yeah, they were waiting for this, and now he's putting the puck in the net a bit. Yep. Here comes Mitchell. Lead pass, Jokinen. Bukestad and Mitchell, centering pass, save, rebound! Hayes got a backhander on goal, but Fost was able to hold down the fort. The Panthers are home Monday night in these upcoming events at the BB&T Center. Next Saturday night, T.I. will be here, 2 Chainz in tow, and a whole lot more. Ticketmaster.com or call 954-835-SHOW. It's the Panthers and the Canucks Monday night at 7:30, and then the All-Star break will hit. Jokinen's going to take the face-off here for the Panthers against Gordon. Ducey pulled it back, and the help from Hayes, and the Campbell shot wide. Campbell jumps after it. Stolen away by Nikitin. He couldn't clear. Hayes up high. Shot blocked. Nikitin looking to get out, and he does. Fane moves in. The drop. The shot right on Luongo. The save. The puck sitting in front. Bukestad corrals it. The lead feed doesn't hook up with Ekblad. The Bolin line now on for the Panthers. Fleischmann knocked it down at the line. Here comes Bergenheim. Lead pass stolen away. He was looking for Bolin. And the stretch the other way for Eberle. Eberle twirls, centering pass. Nugent-Hopkins, and Luongo makes the save on Hall. Nugent-Hopkins again. Bolin got a piece of it. Oilers hold it in. Eberle, centering pass, tipped away. Good coverage by Bolin. Fleischmann makes sure he gets it out of the zone. Tipped off his stick. Mitchell covers.
Edmonton's 4 shots don't seem like much. Panthers at 3. But Edmonton's 4 shots have all come in from in close. All right, let me show you one more thing in terms of what they're doing. Look at the defense. This is Nikitin. He'll pass to the other defenseman. That is how they have the zone entry. You telling me this is not a different system than what we've seen all season long or in the past from Edmonton? So again, accentuating the point that Todd Nelson is trying to bring another attacker, if not 2, into the play. And Gerard Gallant had made mention of the fact that this is a hockey team that is playing a better brand of hockey, having had a close game in Tampa Bay, their last road game. Except for a couple of bad mistakes of individual players, might have been different in Edmonton when the Florida Panthers won that game.
And a tough game in St. Louis after that. Here comes Barkov. Got it through to Boys, but it's offside as the puck was deflected.
You know, we're at the halfway point. We're talking about what do we need to do, Goldie, you know, for the rest of the season. Well, here's a stat that's pretty telling in terms of offense. For Brad Boyes and Nick Bukestad, they've only scored in the same game 3 times this season. Only 3 times. Now, those 3 times were wins. That's where the team needs sort of an offense. Guys getting a little more goals from the right guys at the right time. That would mean you're scoring from the top of the second line.
Puck rolled towards the net. Luongo sticked it away. Alexander Barkov now with a 3-game point streak going. Barkov has really been picking it up. He, Huberdeau, and Boys found some chemistry together. They go off on a change as Campbell resets. The McKenzie line is on for Florida. Campbell passed Upshaw, though, and that will be icing. South Florida hockey rinks are hosting free hockey clinics for ages 4 through 10. And there are some open spots. It's been a great time so far for the kids, and it's free. So let your child learn the game of hockey. Go to floridapanthers.com/hockey clinics. Top line on for the Oilers. The 3 young talented players. Everly shot. Luongo makes the save and covers. Just underway on a Saturday night in Sunrise. Cats and Oilers scoreless. Are scoreless early on. Gerard Gallant's team looking to get back in the win column. Let's send it downstairs.
They are, and the Edmonton Oilers have lost 3 games in a row. They've scored 6 goals in those 3 games. The last 5 goals have been scored by one player. Benoit Pouliot has the last 5 goals for the Edmonton Oilers. Not much of a balanced attack going for the Oilers right now. Actually has 7 goals in his last 7 games. For the Panthers, they have scored their last 9 goals by 9 different players. A much more balanced attack on the other side. Edmonton Oilers coming into this one. They've lost their last 14 games on the road. Panthers have to get out there and try and dictate the pace early in this one, I think, Denny.
You know, Billy, they haven't scored. I mean, the Edmonton Oilers has balanced, but Pouliot sure has. Well, all the goals you're talking about, he's got 2 power play goals, 1 shorthanded goal, 1 even strength goal, and of course he scored 1 against Florida last game, and prior to that 1 against Chicago. So he has been scoring on every kind of shift. We're not going to call him Mario yet, are we?
Not quite yet, no.
Okay.
Bergenheim, the hit on Schultz, and Bergenheim, the backhander, came all the way through, never got on goal. And now Hall has a break. Taylor Hall is in. He waits and shoots, and Luongo with another save with the right shoulder. Bill Roberto is on target early. Everly now, tipped away by Mitchell. Boland is on it, and Dave Boland carries out. Boland in over the line. Holds and shoots from the sharp angle. A big rebound there in front. Everly able to control. And it's Hall again, waiting for some help. Oilers have had some good chances early on. Luongo's been sharp. Jokinen threw it over the line. Bukestad has it now, waiting for the help off the bench. Bukestad sheds one man. The backhander in front, tipped away. Here comes Klinkhammer. Cross ice, didn't hit his man. And Jokinen settles it down. Well, the Panthers send it all the way down, and this will be icing.
Well, as we said, 7 shots by the Oilers. Now they've got 7 shots from in close. All right, let's take a look. Already you've got a 3-on-2 situation coming out of their zone. That is not Panther hockey again. 3 forwards getting caught. And now you've got a situation, stop it right here if we can, guys. You've got a situation where the 2 defensemen don't crisscross. They should have crisscrossed to get themselves at least a 2-on-2. So a lot of poor decisions so far in this game by the Florida Panthers. That has got to change in a hurry.
Oilers move in again here. Frazier, the drop pass. Purcell on the backhand. Oh, Luongo may have gotten a piece. Luongo stayed with him. Purcell showed the patience. And now it's Hayes over the line. Puck rolled on him. And Frazier's got it again. Too many chances. For the Oilers here early on. But it still remains scoreless. Barkov, Huberdeau, and back again. The tip to Boyes. Barkov charges the net. Boyes gets out in front, and he shoots, and a save by Faust. And cleared all the way down. And we got a whistle there and a penalty in behind the play. This is going to be an elbow.
Oh, it looks like Jonathan Huberdeau's going. Well, you're right. That was way behind the play. Sometimes you wonder. Ah. Justin Saint-Pierre de Québec a signalé Jonathan Huberdeau de Québec with a elbowing penalty. Well, you saw there in the corner. I'm not so sure that that is the elbow we would have expected for a 2-minute call. But things have not gone well for the Panthers in terms of their own device. Now, how can they see how they perform penalty killing?
Schultz up at the line. The flip over to Eberle. Nugent Hopkins moves. Played it back to the point, but nobody home. Eberle down the wing, centering pass. It's Pouliot. He drops it off to Hall. Now Schultz up high, knocked down in front. Loose puck of the circle. Taylor Hall's got it again. Eberle circles back. Petske watches him. The pass down low. Pouliot didn't have a man in front. Hall, cross ice, got it to Eberle. The shot, he missed. McKenzie able to play it to Kulikov on the quick clear. Halfway through the Huberdeau elbowing penalty. Nearly midway through the first. Now it's Roy speeding in. And another penalty on the Panthers. Oh, they're putting themselves in trouble now. It'll be a 5-on-3 for the Oilers.
It's a struggle right now. It doesn't look like the Panthers have the easy skating stride to start this game.
36 minutes for slashing.
Again, Justin St. Pierre, the referee, calling 36 black, as we say. That would be Jokinen for slashing. There you see again. I tell you, they're a little skinny, but the calls are made. And you know, right now, if you take a look at the bench, Justin St. Pierre is having to talk to Gerard Gallant, who has said just what I have said. Look, you know, come on. I mean, these are little skinny, but callable.
Here we go, 5-on-3 advantage. Panthers have been good at killing these off. They'll need to do it here against the talented Oilers. Nugent Hopkins puts it in front, tipped away by Mitchell. Hopkins gives to Eberle, the pass in front for Hall. He waits, gives to Nugent Hopkins. Oh, and Mitchell got a stick on it. And it tips up and out of play.
What a stick by the captain. We talked in the open, if you're with us. You know, they want me to talk about the most valuable player. I said there's a couple of them, Jokinen and Mitchell, not because of the scores, but because of what they do, even leaving the dressing room. It's a winning attitude they brought to the team, and Mitchell shows you pretty excellent defending there. Short, two men.
Off the draw, McKenzie trying to find it along the wall, and then Kulikov swats it all the way down. 25 left and a 5-on-3 advantage for the Oilers. Schultz moves it ahead. Nugent Hopkins over the line. McKenzie, Kulikov, and Mitchell trying to kill it off here. Hall throws it down low. Eberle on the doorstep. Cross ice, couldn't hit Nugent Hopkins. Schultz again. Hall again. Eberle at the line. Had a little trouble. Now feeds Hall. Fakes the shot. Puts it down low through Nugent Hopkins. Huberdeau is back in the play now. It's a 5-on-4 advantage for the Oilers. Hall. Back up high to Schultz. Nugent Hopkins. Put it in front. Deflected. Hall finds it. Checked by Huberdeau. Knocked away, and McKenzie able to get it down.
And again, it was Willie Mitchell who got the stick on the first attempted pass that created the problem for Edmonton. Now the puck's down the ice, and time is elapsing on the Jokinen penalty.
Panthers have some fresh penalty-killing legs now. Purcell glides in, puts it in front, and Roy couldn't get a stick on it. Upshaw able to clear all the way down.
There's a lot of players on the Panther bench that will not take part in this penalty killing. Panthers only hope that they will gain some energy from them. Inspiration of how hard these penalty killers have worked to the point of killing off this 5-on-3.
Gudbranson got the clear as it finally winds down, and the Panthers only allowed one shot on goal during all that power play time for the Oilers. Jokinen is back. Oilers are in. It's Roy circling the net. Takes the shot. Luongo got back over to deny him. And the puck high off the boards, and then it chips over the netting. Oh, Luongo and the Panthers doing the job early to keep this game scoreless.
Welcome back to the BB&T Center. No score, 8:18 left to go here in the first period of play. I'm Drew Goldfarb ringside with you here on social media night at the BB&T Center. We've been asking you to send in your tweets and your questions and your comments about the Panthers hockey. We have a comment here from NHL MLL fan on Twitter who says the Oilers lost before, it can happen again. How much of a difference is home versus away? So Denny, how much of a difference can it be, guys, if you're playing a home game versus a road game?
Well, it can be a big difference. That's why when you talk about playoffs, if you get better in the standings, you get 4 games at home and 3 on the road. That's really what it means. But during the season, you take a look at the Florida Panthers. They've won 9 at home, 10 on the road. It hasn't let them bother whether or not they've home or away.
Edmonton Oilers only 2 road wins all season long, including 14 straight losses coming into this one. It's made a big difference for the Oilers. That's a fact.
They look good here early in the game. The Panthers getting out of the penalty trouble. Luongo with some big stops, and we remain scoreless.
Hey, Billy, you know just by looking at that Edmonton at this point not poised to be a playoff team. You can't be not good on the road and be a good playoff team.
Ekblad went down, still able to play it over to the boards for Boys. Knocked away by Gordon. Boys continues to battle. Barkov nearby. Gordon trying to dig it free. It bounces to the line and then back down low again. Handle around Ekblad. It's our social media night here on Fox Sports Florida. And on Twitter, we have to give a shout out to John, KCoke003. He is back for more and watching the game tonight on TV. So, John, hello. We appreciate your service, of course. And thanks for watching. Bergenheim with a hit on Nugent Hopkins. But he's able to fight it off. Fine Ference. And Hall got it out. Kulikov loses Everly. Pass too far, though, to Bolin. Low rolling in front, and Luongo will have to cover it up.
Well, I just want to stress the importance of what the Panthers have done on the penalty killing, and Willie Mitchell was the star of the penalty killing, particularly 5-on-3. This is a sure goal. This is a sure goal by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins if Willie Mitchell doesn't get his stick in the play. Then there's another play. Watch his stick again. It darts out, it deflects off of his stick, and then the puck went out of the zone. Now, Edmonton have scored power play goals in 6 of the last 8 games that they've played. So it's a big kill for the Panthers here early in the first. Or in the first, I should say.
Upshaw tips it ahead, and Kopecky, would have been a 2-on-1 perhaps with McKenzie, but it rolled away. Dylan Olsen at the point, able to hold it into Kopecky. Looking, puts it off the back of Faust. It's loose in front, McKenzie, and now Upshaw with a shot save. Faust is down, it's still loose, and it stays out somehow. Now, I think it may have gone in over the line, but immediately you saw the official waving it off. Maybe somebody kicked it in, maybe the whistle blew.
Well, I tell you what, it certainly appeared as though the official was right on top of the net. You take a look, I think that's Kelly Sutherland right behind the net. So let's take a look. This is where the puck gets lost to the goalie Faust. Then he picks it up again, tries to swing at it, gets the pad on it. Now we can see it clearly. And you know what? This is a good... Justin St. Pierre does not blow the whistle. That puck is alive, very much alive. But it never got past the goal line, unfortunately, for those Panthers. Digging away at it like Upshaw.
Now let's see.
They're going to look at it?
Yeah, you can't really. There it is in there. See, it did, I think, go in. It did go in.
Yeah, but he waved it no goal.
Yeah. Immediately, yeah.
And I think by the time that the puck crossed the goal line, the whistle had blown. I don't think that puck ever crossed the goal line before the whistle. It took a long time before that puck entered the net. If it ever did cross that goal line, Scotty Upshaw had a couple whacks at it. He had two swings at it right from the doorstep, so it looks like it's going to be no goal, but a glorious chance goes by the wayside for the Panthers.
Well, you could see why the official lost sight of it. See, now, where is it under those bodies? The whistle blows somewhere there, and watch, on the right, then it goes in. Clearly went in the net. I mean, it was in, but if the whistle blew, that's it. A good job by Kopecky, just throwing it Denny in front and get the scramble going, charge the net.
Tell you what, a lot of the great scorers of the game will take that same shot. Your odds, both goaltender may not be ready or the puck stays in front of the net. I mean, that's what Detroit does all the time. Remember playing the Red Wings? They just throw those soft little pucks right in front of the net, and they got teammates driving there to trying to put it away.
Well, nearly worked there for the Panthers. Fane with a shot that hit the outside of Luongo's cage. And cleared out by Campbell. The Panthers now, after the kill, have had the last couple of shots on goal, trying to get this momentum going their way. Close it down defensively as well. Ekblad flips in. Ekblad again. Petrie takes a look under pressure. Fraser plays it around for Purcell. Here comes Boyes to bug him, and Barkov's got it. Huberdeau, Boyes. In the corner now, Petrie took a look, knew Barkov was charging hard. Up the wall, cut off again. Now the Panthers get in on the forecheck here. The Barkov line spending some time in the zone. Ferens to Fraser, knocked down by Goodbranson. And Barkov for Huberdeau, the light shot deflected on goal, save, rebound, chipped on goal. Huberdeau again, and Foss stops him. Oh, what a shift for Huberdeau and his line mates. But Victor Foss able to keep it out of the net. This one went in, but the whistle had blown before. The kids are looking for a win here at home on a Saturday night. The Panthers starting to get it going offensively.
No doubt about it. And Billy, I've got a question for Billy. You take a look at the Florida Panthers getting some shots on goal. This is a good example right here. Now, 6 of the last 10 shots on Foss have all given rebounds. Is that something as a player when you're sitting on the bench or on the ice, you notice and you start changing your game accordingly?
I think you just got to crash the blue paint what they're doing.
Yeah.
What has to happen now, though, you got to get those rebounds upstairs. Foss is able to cover that bottom half of the net. But the momentum shift in this game started after that 5-on-3 penalty kill. Edmonton came out with a really strong start. They had a bunch of odd man rushes. You get that big penalty kill. Now the Panthers have flipped the switch.
I tell you what, those are pretty juicy rebounds he's giving out there. I'd see Billy Lindsay driving in there head first.
I could maybe get in there. I'd have to shovel it in. That's the only way I scored.
It doesn't matter once it's in how you got it.
Ray Bourque doesn't have that picture in his living room.
Here's Bolin with a chance. Foss to save the rebound. He stops that as well from Fleischmann. Oh, the Panthers putting the heat on now. Look at that. They've got the shot advantage all of a sudden.
And again, as we said, a lot of those shots come on rebounds. This is what you really have to take note of. Foster's making this first save, but not able to direct the rebounds to the corner. Probably bad luck. It hit his own defenseman, but rebounds are there.
Another face-off win. Kulikov lets one go, knocked down in front. And Everly turns it the other way. So the Panthers have had the last 6 shots on goal in the game. Here's Schultz. Cross ice. Point shot deflected by Fleischmann. It rolls towards the net. Willie Mitchell fights off Taylor Hall. Everly bats it back. Nugent Hopkins hits solidly there by Mitchell. Put in front. Everly shoots, and it just went wide. Bergenheim tried to chip it out, but he was met by Klefbom, the defenseman. Finally, it's Bolin to Fleischmann, and he lifts it all the way down.
You know, we talked in the open about the keys to the game for the Panthers, and, you know, rather than show a good pass out of the zone, we showed how lethal the top line of the Edmonton Oilers can be.
Turnover here, McKenzie, and Foss makes the save. Kopetsky forced the turnover.
If you don't get the puck out quickly, that can be lethal.
Upshaw with a nice play to steal and shoot in, and Upshaw getting after it. Upshaw, big hit on Nikitin. But now Yakupov. Campbell is there with him. Campbell knocked it loose. Upshaw again for McKenzie. Panthers are really getting to work now on the Oilers. It's Campbell with a wrister wide. Big carom for Pouliot. He gets hit by Upshaw. Oilers able to clear. A spirited shift by the McKenzie line.
That has to be followed by the next line that comes on the ice as well.
The pace is really picked up now. Free puck and Bukestad. The give to Ekblad. So the Oilers are on it now. And a lead pass the other way. Purcell, Ekblad trying to get back. Ekblad. And the shot on goal stopped by Luongo. That Glad made Purcell shoot that puck from where he was. Don't miss your chance to see the Panthers battle for a playoff spot at the BB&T Center, whether you're looking to spend the night out with friends or time with the family. There is a ticket plan the rest of the way for everybody. So go to FloridaPanthers.com. Got some big hockey games coming up here for the Panthers later in the month, a couple weeks. The Red Wings are in town. Of course, Canadians, Bruins still coming in a few more times. The Lightning as well. Huge games in the East.
You know, these Bruins have now tied it up with Columbus in Boston. Boy, those Bruins are on some kind of a roll. This is what the coach of the Florida Panthers knows. Gerard Gallant is understands and trying to get the message across to his players. Hey, guys, those first 42 games were very good. We've done very well. But the next 40 games are going to be tough. This is a time of year where it gets tougher and tougher to win the game. Every team is better at this time of year, certainly than they were in October, November. And talking about the competitive teams that are aiming for playoffs.
Hayes chips out. Hayes got interfered with a little bit there. Couldn't get to the puck. Fane does and gives to Klefbom. Back and forth we've gone. The high shot total here in this opening period. Panthers had one that crossed the line, but the whistle had already blown. Oilers have had some power play time, including a 5-on-3. The Panthers killed it off.
It's been a little bit more of Oiler hockey, don't you think? A little more wide open than what we normally see the Panthers be able to stifle a lot of teams at the neutral zone, if not earlier.
Nice pass by Mitchell and Bjugstad with speed. Bjugstad with a shot. Foss the save. Foss has been busy and he's made some good stops here. Now it's boys. Double team and taken away.
He's certainly motivated to get a win on the road. Last one was November 8th.
They had the lead the other night over in Tampa. It was a tough 3-2 loss for the Oilers. Kulikov shoots in. Foss slowed it down. Yakupov. Lead pass Pouliot. Up on the wing Roy. Back again Pouliot. He has been red hot. Panthers got to keep an eye on him. Huberdeau for Barkov. Stolen away. Campbell is there. And Brad Boy's able to just chip it over the line. Nail Yakupov. Keaton moved in. Shot went off Luongo's glove. Campbell settled it down. Got it to the line, and then Fleischmann forced it out of his zone. Pass to the middle for Huberdeau. Late in the shift, so he'll dump in. Fleischmann looking to get to work. Fleischmann finds it. It's just past Poland, though. Bouncing puck at center. Dave Bolin gave it back to Bergenheim. First period winds down. Dylan Olsen's going to try to bang Hendricks and keep the play alive in the zone, but Gordon was there to clear it out. So back and forth we went with plenty of chances in the first period. Foss and Luongo made all the saves. 14 shots for the Cats, 12 for the Oilers. We're even.
Well, I tell you what, the Florida Panthers can't get in the bad habit they've been getting in the last several games. They've been taking just too many penalties. And although this one wasn't costly, it did cost in terms of sweat equity. You had some of your top players having to kill off a 5-on-3. So Panthers have got to stay out of the box and get a continual flow of four lines rolling to be better and play more like Panther hockey.
A new one from you, sweat equity. I like that. That's a new one. That must have been in the back of the book or something. You just busted out. Send it downstairs to the desk. Here's Drew.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll see what kind of vocabulary Denny can break out for the second period. But coming up on the Lexus Intermission Report, we're going to take a look more at social media night here at the BB&T Center on Fox Sports Florida. We'll tell you how you can enter to win some great prizes as well as some other things indeed. And we'll take a look at the Cats' road ahead. They're at home for another few games. We'll tell you their upcoming schedule heading into the All-Star break of all the highlights and analysis from the first 20 minutes of play, which was very exciting despite a 0-0 game, guys.
Yeah, lots of chances both ways. You're right about that, Drew. We are scoreless after 20 minutes. Panthers hockey on Fox Sports Florida is brought to you by South Florida Ford. Visit us at southfloridaford.com. And by Doctors Hospital for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Online, it's baptisthealth.net/ortho. Roberto Luongo and the Cats on home ice tonight, taking on a team they beat 7 days ago, the Edmonton Oilers. Luongo and the defense coming up big there in the first. The Panthers in Edmonton after 20 minutes remain scoreless. Fans enjoying it on a Saturday night at the BB&T Center here in Sunrise, Florida, looking for a Panthers win here on home ice. And Denny, it was wild back and forth. But after the Oilers got off to that good start, the Panthers wound up out shooting them 10-3 in the last dozen minutes or so.
You know, it appeared as though the Florida Panthers got caught by surprise, and they shouldn't be, because Jared Gallant, the coach, told us and everybody else in the world that this team is playing better hockey, the Edmonton Oilers. They had a real tough game in Tampa Bay, played very well, and under the new coach, we're seeing some new systems. So I think it took a while for the Panthers to get adjusted, and they learned something from the veteran penalty killers as well.
And the Panthers in that opening period, the Oilers had 12 shots that Luongo stopped, had 6 others that were blocked, and always Willie Mitchell's a big factor in that area.
Well, was he ever big, especially in the 5-on-3 penalty kill, and you can count on him. As I said, you're not going to look at the standings and see a lot of goals and assists, but that kind of play right there, that was a sure goal. That's a 5-on-3, and you've got Hopkins, their top player, in the penalty killing. Another play. Again, he gets a stick on the puck. You see that to the left side of your screen. And then eventually the Florida Panthers on this particular play, Huberdeau is able to check the Oiler and get the puck outside the zone. So very solid veteran defensive play by Mitchell in that first period.
As we get set to start the second period, a reminder, you can impress new business prospects, entertain clients, or give your employees a big night, or just your friends. Why not a luxury suite at the BB&T Center for a Panther game or a concert? It's here for you. Call 954-835-PUCK or email the premium sales team at premiumsales@floridapanthers.com. There's a look at the smiling captain, Willie Mitchell. A laugh for somebody there on the bench. Kopetsky, along with McKenzie and Upshaw, had a shift where they crashed and banged the net. The puck actually went in, but the whistle had already blown, so it was no goal. Here's Kopetsky to McKenzie, and he gets it deep. Did not get the red line, though. So an early icing call.
One of the things, you know, that Todd Nelson, the new coach, has to do, and this is not he alone, but anytime you take over a team that has so many losses, is just to try and get them to think positive leaving the dressing room. And I say that because the Panthers have really benefited from the people that have been added to the lineup. And we talked in the open about Jokinen and Mitchell, guys who've won cups. Sometimes the difference in their team and how they play, right in the dressing room.
Left bomb with a shot, blocked by Olsen. Olsen and Gudbranson drawing the opening assignment in this period. Olsen with a big hit there. Nugent Hopkins. He gets bumped by McKenzie. And the Panthers clear it down, fluttering towards the net. And it's another icing on the Cats. So let's see how many players they were able to actually get the change, if any.
Yeah,
and it doesn't look like any. Same 5 have to stay on.
Exactly. And you know what?
Start of the period.
Yeah, the start of the period. And you know, you've got Gudbranson and Olsen on the ice against the top line of the other team, but that may have been a choice by the coach because Mitchell had killed so many penalties, he and Kulikov. Now they're going off the ice, seeing as the puck is 200 feet away from the net. Then you got Kulikov and Mitchell lined up against the top line.
Turnover, and Bergenheim's got a chance. It misses. High over the net. The turnover forced to the blue line by Fleischmann, and Bergenheim had an opportunity. He scored a goal in Edmonton on Sunday. One that really put the game away late in the third. It was a 1-goal game and made it 4-2. Nugent Hopkins over the line. Kulikov hit by Everly, but a strong play by Kulikov to feed Bergenheim. He's attacked by the defenseman Petrie. Now the scramble is on. Panthers win the battle. Mitchell leads the rush. Fleischmann down the wing, has the trailer. It's Willie Mitchell moving and shooting, and Fast able to close up.
Well, this is one where you want to be able to have this automatic if you can. It doesn't happen this time. But it's a really tough turnover right at the blue line by the Edmonton Oilers. And now you've got Bergenheim going in looking for the high side. I think he had the net. He did not miss the net. I think Victor Faust right there got a piece of it with his shoulder. And that thing was millimeters from being in the top shelf.
Yeah, it was my error there. I thought it was just high, but it did skim off, as you saw the great look there on our camera work. Skimmed off his shoulder. Hey, give Faust credit. He's been good.
He has been good. On that first save, he's been there. Well, so far on the second save, too.
Seems like a matter of time for the Panthers, though. They are pushing. Now it's Bjugstad. Setting up Hayes, a little tip to Campbell. Ekblad has a lane. He shoots. It just skips off Faust wide. Bjugstad has it again with the spin. And Jokinen. Bjugstad, centering pass. Oh, it didn't get through to Jokinen. Otherwise, he would have had that open side to glide into the circle.
Boy, would I love to see Bjugstad take that very play and just turn it up himself inside the zone as a right-hand shot coming out those left boards.
And we know Bjugstad, he can let it go.
Yeah, he can really shoot.
15 goals on the season. One more and he matches his total of all of last year. Now it's Ferentz with a slap shot. Petrie at the point. Derek Roy. Panthers force the turnover. Ekblad finds the open man. It's Jokinen at the line, and the Panthers will get the change. 2.5 gone by here in the second period. Fraser carries through center. Petrie settles it down, waits, puts it in front. Redirected by Fraser, but right off Goodbranson. Boys ahead. Looking for Huberdeau, but Petrie's got it. Huberdeau forces him back. Now Edmonton able to reset. 1 point, the Oilers are out shooting the Panthers 9-5. So you see the way the Cats have turned the tide. Here comes a 3-on-2 with Boys. Leading the charge, putting it in front, tipped wide by Barkov. They scored a goal just like that the other night against Colorado.
That pass was not nearly as good as a rebound.
You want to see these shots get on net.
Yeah, I do. I mean, that is an automatic shooting situation. You got two guys going to the
Look
net.
out, Eberle's got a break. He shoots and he scores. And the Oilers get the game's first goal.
How close were we with our keys earlier in the game? Ultra-talented top line. You just can't give him the open. This is where the shot should have been on goal. I mean, at that point, you've got two guys in front of the net. You don't shoot. Now you've got Eberle just driving behind the turned back of Goodbranson. You're not going to catch this kid. And I'll tell you what, they'll find the back of the net. This is very, very talented young players, particularly on that line.
And that's a puck you have to get deep. It's automatic. Turnover the other way, quickly it's in your net. Force Edmonton to go back and get the puck.
Well, the Panthers have been the best team in the NHL this year at answering back quickly. They've often done it in a hurry. See if they can do it here, but it's Nugent Hopkins going the other way. That is shot right on, stick save Luongo. The Panthers with all that pressure, but then the Oilers get one chance here early in the period, and they're able to make it count. And they have the lead. The Panthers in the game in Edmonton last Sunday never trailed in that game. Now down a goal, McKenzie slammed to the boards.
Well, not too different a situation than what Bergenheim had a little earlier in the period. Breaking in, went top shelf. He just barely missed it. Eberle did not miss.
It's the only shot the Oilers have had here in the second. Kulikov out at center. Now Fleischmann gives to Bolin. Couldn't get through two men. Bolin got there. Fleischmann put it in front, cut off by Roy.
Boy, he had Bergenheim standing right there looking for that pass to get through.
Campbell shoots in. Nikita charged by Bolin. Fleischmann knocks it down along the boards, but Pouliot able to work it free. They couldn't get out. Now the second effort by Roy gets it ahead. Here comes Nail Yakupov. #1 overall pick in the draft in 2012. Played it back, and it's taken away by Campbell. Nick Bjugstad down the wing, shoots this one, and Faust able to make the save as he goes down. The notorious Conor McGregor looks to continue his rise to superstardom as he enters the octagon against the dangerous Dennis Siver. See it live Sunday after the AFC Championship game, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Frazier got the only assist on the Everly breakaway goal. Everly now with 6 goals in his last 9 games for Edmonton.
Nick Bjugstad trying to get back on board in the last 5 games. No goals for Nick Bjugstad, 2 assists.
He usually doesn't let those stretches go too long.
He's been good. Started slow in the season. He went 10 games, only getting 1 assist, and then he exploded. And then he never really stopped. But then of late, as I was saying, last 5 games, has not been able to produce a goal.
He won the battle there, setting up Goodbranson, who scores! They answer back quickly again.
Oh my, I'm gonna have to take another look at that shot. Not to say that's what good goaltending can stop down the road. That's a 60-foot shot. Well, the battle is won. That's the first thing. I don't think that puck hit anything. I mean, a 65-foot wrist shot or 60-foot wrist shot, even though it is Goodbranson, should not beat a goaltender. That could be extremely deflating for the Edmonton Oilers. All the work they put in to get a lead and to have a shot like that beat your goaltender can be deflating. We'll see if the Panthers can build on that.
Bjugstad with some great work along the boards. The Panthers answer back 2 minutes and 6 seconds after Edmonton took the lead. Now this season, that is the 20th goal the Panthers have scored. Here's Luongo making a save. The 20th goal within 3 minutes of an opposition goal. And that leads the NHL. The next closest team is Washington with 17.
Incredible.
Remarkable responses by the Panthers. But now the Oilers with a good shift after the Panther goal. Here's Purcell in front, and Luongo reaches out to cover. Erik Goodbranson, his first goal since opening night, has us tied. Erik Goodbranson gets the goal. It's a quick response, kind of like you, Billy, when you're at, one of your favorite eateries and they ask if you want like the double meat or something. It's a quick response.
You always got to throw a shot in there, don't you? Somewhere, yes, you mentioned it. You touched on it. The Panthers have been resilient all season long after giving up a goal. They bounce back now 20 times within 3 minutes of an opponent's goal. Next closest is Washington. That's actually 15 times since December 1st they've done that. They've been leading the charge. We've got to give Drew Goldfarb a lot of credit as he dug up this graphic. But the Panthers, that's been their staple, and they're right back in this game. That is Erik Goodbranson's first goal since he scored the opening goal of the season in Tampa Bay. It's been a while for Goodbranson. The defensemen get on the board, but the Panthers now have to build on that momentum and keep it going.
Well, my question is why? Why do they come back and score so quickly? I would think the answer is they've been made aware of the fact that you just can't let the other team build up on the board against you.
And a lot of times too, Denny, it hasn't been when they've been leading by 2 goals or leading by a goal. It always seems that they answer with a goal when they're behind. So they've been having those responses when they get in the hole, dig themselves out. But that just gives you that boost right back.
Here's a point shot again. The Oilers have gotten 3 straight shots since that goal by the Panthers. A strong response by them. Luongo holding down the forward in net. Kenzie trying to get it out of the zone. Everly on him. Paul has the puck. And another shot goes high over the net. Willie Mitchell finds Bergenheim, but again unable to clear. And finally Bergenheim gets out. Jokinen and Bjugstad with the helpers on the goal. Bergenheim, but taken away by Nikitin.
Yeah, it's a pretty good backhand pass to get out of the ice and get out of the zone by Nikitin.
Bjugstad trying to get around Nikitin, then bumps with Hall. The help from Jokinen. Jimmy Hayes now to the point for Olsen. Nice hold in. Here's Goodbranson again, feeling it and shooting again. Glove save.
Yep, just load him up. Goody's got the shot tonight. This is the pass I'm talking about. Watch this kid make that pass on the backhand. That is not easy to do, folks. That is a hard pass, velocity and accurate. You can see that it went right on Taylor Hall's stick. I like that. This is where defensemen, I think, should spend half of the practice making passes on your backhand. Takes a lot less time, can be very effective when you need to get out of the zone quickly.
Klinkhammer races out off the draw. Played it to himself off the wall, then flipped it wide of the net. Ferentz charging, hit solidly by Scotty Upshall. Ferentz thought it was high, looking back at the ref. Play rolls on. And now Dave Bolin. Moving in. Bolin with a shot. Foss with a save. Good job by Bolin, even getting that shot off. He was under heavy pressure. Kopetsky wins a battle. Upshall puts it out in front. Roy controls there. And now Yakupov races in. Nail Yakupov looking in front. The feed to Roy. Couldn't get the shot off. Little 2-on-1 developed for the Oilers. Bjugstad the other way. Trying to get around Petrie. But he played it well. Bjugstad stays on him. Pouliot now. And Petrie cleared, but Bjugstad got a piece of it, so he couldn't hit Yakupov in stride. Campbell, nice feed, cross ice. Jokinen and Hayes are after it, and UC Jokinen has it. Centering pass was blocked. Bjugstad scoops it up, takes a look, walks around Ferentz. Bjugstad puts it out in front. Tipped away. Campbell knocks it down, but it does come out to center. Hayes backhands in. Tipped all the way down. Luongo moves it quickly to Campbell and quickly up the boards for Huberdeau. But the Oilers able to hold it in. Panthers have not had a power play in the game. The Oilers have had two, including over a minute of 5-on-3 time in the first. Huberdeau racing after the puck. Huberdeau gets away from Schultz, puts it in front. But Lander was there for the Oilers covering. Continuous play now with 10.5 to go in the middle period. Taken by Lander along the boards. Now Kulikov. Back behind the net for Mitchell. And it comes out. Boys with a steal at the blue line. Moved it further along. Barkov hustles after it. Hit by Lander. Barkov bounces right off. Allows Kulikov to play. Kulikov to the point for the covering Bergenheim. The wrister skipped wide. Mitchell on the pinch. And the feed knocked away. Looking for Bergenheim.
That is a pretty good answer to what hockey's been like the last couple of minutes. It's not fun for the guys out there. There's no room. Tight checking.
Nugent Hopkins lost an edge, and he was hit solidly by Bolin. Hey, Bolin had himself a chance on his last shift.
Nugent Hopkins has put on 20 pounds since he put on the first Edmonton Oilers jersey. I think he's going to be a good one. Leads the NHL forwards in ice time.
He was the first overall pick in 2011. Here he is with the puck. Puts it out in front and then shot wide. Paul didn't really get all of it. Nugent Hopkins again, continuous play here.
Yeah, not a lot of breathing room. Eh? Everybody's right. I mean, there's one white jersey, one red jersey. 2 and 2.
Oh, a turnover here. Taylor Hall looks in front, has Nugent Hopkins. He takes the shot, save Luongo. Rebound is loose. Everly chips at it. And Fleischmann takes away. Luongo made the stops. And the Panthers able to keep it tied.
Boy, what did they add? 2 or 3 shots on that little exchange. 2 shots.
After it is Jokinen sets up Bjugstad, who shoots, and Foss able to make a glove save. Oh, Roberto Luongo coming up big here to keep this game at 1-1.
Welcome back to the BB&T Center. It's a 1-1 game, 8.5 minutes left to play here in the middle period. It is social media night for us here at Fox Sports Florida. We want you to get involved. tweet us your questions, your comments, or anything else you want to know about Panthers hockey. We have one from earlier today. It was actually interesting. It's a selfie taken with our very own Steve Goldstein. Andrew Levine 15 on Twitter, caught at Goldie on ice before he went up to call the game. Go Cats. And I think Goldie's either my height or he's well below Andrew Levine in that picture.
Well, he was hanging over the railing by the tunnel, and I said, give me the phone, and I'll take the picture shooting up. I don't think there's any way, and a smart guy that he is, Andrew, didn't want to give me his cell phone. I might have been gone. Well, the fans enjoying it. Been entertaining tonight. Good chances both ways, but it remains 1-1.
It really has been. I mean, some really open hockey at times and stifling hockey at times, like we've seen probably the last 6 minutes of this period.
Eberle got in for a break. He scored at 3:35 of the period. Erik Gudbranson answered back 2:06 later. Pouliot hit solidly by Dylan Olsen. The scrum continues behind Luongo's net. Jokinen in there with Pouliot. Pouliot continues to work.
He's a big boy. He's got good size. He used it effectively on that particular shift.
Jokinen goes glass. Pouliot hit him. Gudbranson able to float it out to center and actually finds Bjugstad. Flips it over the blue line. Knocked down there. Quickly the other way. Pouliot. A very long shift. Yakupov moves in and shoots. Stick save Luongo. And the Panthers get it to Upshaw. Cross ice looking for Bjugstad. Pushes it over the blue line. Kopecky charging Schultz and rides him to the wall. They both go down. McKenzie hustles over. He turns. Couldn't get a shot away. Point man is Campbell. Lets one fly. Knocked down in front. Free puck. Frazier's got it for Edmonton.
Where McKenzie, I thought, had a real shot at it, but the veteran Derek Roy got his stick out of the way. Couldn't get that rebound.
The captain Ferentz, the former Bruin, hammers it in. Kopecky chops the center. Upshaw gets it deep. The Barkov line now on for the Panthers. They have been hot lately offensively. And this is Brad Boyes, the winger. He goes down. No call there. Still, the Panthers haven't had a power play tonight. Barkov working down low. So strong on those skates. Now Huberdeau joins in. So does Ferentz. Comes free along the wall. And clear. Kulikov trying to settle it down. So is Boyes. Boyes does. The feed to Huberdeau. Again, more board work. Tough sledding out there.
I know. I tell you what. The only thing that would make it worse is if the ice were soft. Not the case. That guy's here to take really good care of the ice.
Barkov feeds Huberdeau. Cross ice, open man is Kulikov. Gets to the forehand, let's fly. It's blocked. Barkov shoots, save, rebound. Score! Huberdeau!
Jonathan Huberdeau started the play in the offensive zone, and he was right, Johnny, on the doorstep to finish it. Boy, I tell you what, I spoke to him this morning. He's just exuding confidence. Here he is making that pass across, and then you'll see him position himself where you have a little bit of white ice. See what I mean, the white ice? Nobody around him. How do you sneak in behind the defense like that? Well, it takes a little bit of patience, and the fact is he waited for a proper time to position himself there, and the puck came to him on a rebound, and that was it. That is a big goal. This could break the game open for the Florida Panthers, now with the lead.
Huberdeau, 5 goals, 12 points now in his last 11 games. Barkov has a 4-game point streak, and Jonathan Huberdeau really starting to heat up now. Billy?
And the Edmonton Oilers there, all 5 players were watching the puck. That was bad in the defensive zone. They just stared at the puck. Huberdeau went back door. Defensive lapse by the Oilers led to that goal by the Panthers.
Well, the confidence level for Barkov and Huberdeau, and we heard Gerard Gallant in the pregame talking about Barkov, saying, hey, those points and a couple goals have really done a big job for the kid mentally at 19 years old, and now Barkov This is only his 86th NHL game that he's played.
Amazing.
Schultz with a shot, knocked down in front. Kulikov is on it. He got one of the assists on the goal. It was Huberdeau, his 8th from Barkov and Kulikov. This is icing.
Well, goalie, you talk about Barkov. I mean, now that's a point in each of the last 3 games. You know, he got a goal in the game in Colorado, got an assist against Winnipeg. Not too many people got points in Winnipeg, by the way. And now again on the scoreboard. So that's what Gerard Gallant is, knowing what he has to do. He was patient with Huberdeau, and he's willing to be as patient as he needs to be with Barkov, because they can both bring so much, obviously, to the future of this team.
That's 6 points last 7 games for Alexander Barkov. And this is an icing call the other way. Are you the ultimate Panther? Show your support for the Cats, and the next Panthers Street Hockey Clinic could be at your home. It only takes 1 photo to enter. Go to the Florida Panthers Facebook page and submit your entry now. So the Panthers, after the Oilers took the lead, Eric Goodbranson, Jonathan Huberdeau get goals to give them a 2-1 advantage. A couple of 3rd overall picks. They're playing in this game against the guys that went number 1 in those years that Goodbranson and Huberdeau were picked. Here comes Frazier. He's got a chance, and Luongo out to meet him and close the door. Jonathan Huberdeau has been rolling. He's got the Panthers on top. The Florida Panthers honor the men and women of the military each and every home game with the hero of the game. And there's one of them in the stands here tonight, watching the Panthers, who now have a 2-1 lead against the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, second period goals. This is Eberle. They don't miss. They're ultra-talented top line. And then you get Goodbranson just 2 minutes and 10 seconds or something later. Ties it up, which has been the pattern by the Panthers. And then the play in the offensive zone started by Huberdeau gets ended by Jonathan Huberdeau, who has been the hottest Florida Panther in the last month since the beginning of the season, beginning of January for sure. By the way, Jonathan Huberdeau is pretty interesting in that you look at the guys that lead in the scoring, you look at 2 categories, you know, even strength and power play. Huberdeau has 8 goals on the season now. They're all even strength.
Bukestad takes away. Odd man rush. Bukestad moving in. Let's fly, and he misses high. Oh, what a chance there. The Oilers looking to go the other way. Pouliot gives to Roy. Penalty on, is it on Edmonton or is this going to be on Florida? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You know, the Oilers had the puck. Not sure why they blew the whistle there. Roy was gliding in. Looks like it's on Hayes.
Florida penalty number 12. 2 minutes for holding.
All right, first we'll show you the chance at the other end. And Bukestad, I tell you what, I am really happy for him that he took that shot. He missed the net, but boy, he needs to take control. Here's the penalty here. You know, that one little, I tell you what, that could easily be embellishment as well as a penalty to Jimmy Hayes. That's what I would rather see called. Embellishing is the worst thing that can happen in hockey.
Oilers' 3rd power play of the night. Panthers got a break that they blew the whistle. Here's Hall shooting. He rang it off the post. I mean, Roy was alone in front and they blew the whistle there. Should have been a delayed call. Panthers will take it though, obviously. And now Hall's cross-ice pass deflected. Cats need to kill this off here to maintain the lead late in the second. Schultz for Nugent Hopkins. He has an opening. And Luongo with a glove save. A big one by Roberto.
That's when you talk about a player being valuable to his hockey team, making the saves at the right time. And boy, this is the right time for the Florida Panthers. The power play for Edmonton has been good the last couple of games. They're playing with confidence. And take a look. This is a great example there of what Roberto Luongo has a peak of. Not much, right? He picks up that puck right out of midair.
Couple of good chances for the Oilers here. Panthers will look to tighten it up on the PK. Hall moves in. He lets one go high over the net. It'll carry to the line and out. Schultz starts to set. Plays it back. Everly at the line, who has the Oiler goal. McKenzie bothering Pouliot.
You know, that back pass you're seeing there, it looked awkward, didn't it? Well, it was extremely awkward. This is something that I believe the Detroit Red Wings started several years ago, but it was a back pass from Zetterberg to Datsuk. Maybe that's why it used to work.
And there's another one, and they turn it over at center.
I know.
Depends on who's receiving and making the pass. Is that what
That's exactly
you're getting
right.
out of it? Yeah.
There's certain plays you can ask people to make, and usually not everybody can make those plays. So Detroit has it perfected. Obviously, Edmonton doesn't.
Yakupov now controlling, and they get set back up with a man advantage. Petrie is up at the blue line. He's got it. And he fires. Luongo the save. Rebound. Lander trying to stuff it in. And the net is dislodged, and we get the whistle. Clearly waved off. Good Branson trying to drag Lander out of that crease.
And again, crashing the net. Similar scenario when we see the Panthers might have had that goal in the first period. Here again, the referee right on top of it and back of the net, waves it off immediately as that net comes dislodged as we get a better look. Luongo, that initial save. And that net clearly off the moorings. Good job by Gudbranson. That's what you want in front, as he absolutely punishes the Oiler forward.
And the draw will come out of the zone as well with 15 left on the power play. Here's a look at Gudbranson, who had one of the goals tonight for the Panthers. And McKenzie won a big face-off there. That'll kill most of the time left in the Hayes penalty. Oilers look to go once more. And the lead pass, Petrie carries in. Petrie and Campbell to the corner. Hayes is out of the box. Oilers are 0 for 3 on the power play now. Panthers have yet to have one in the game.
Good thing to take notice of that. The Panthers got to stay out of the box. Try and draw a penalty of their own if they can.
Here's Hayes. They give to Kopetsky.
Oftentimes the way to draw a penalty is to have some sustained pressure in the offensive zone. At some point, the defending team will hook, hold, or trip you. The Panthers have not been able to really sustain any offensive pressure on these Oilers so far, other than the odd turnover.
And Cameron races in, and we're going to get another penalty. They're going to get Campbell here.
That is unbelievable. Go down like...
Yeah, he was on his way down.
That was hurt.
That's a bang-bang play
that
right
was
there.
Hurt.
Fourth power play coming up for Edmonton.
Oh, wow.
Floor.
All right,
2 minutes for high sticking.
Let's see where Klinkhammer was when the contact's made, Denny.
Klinkhammer's got his stick up in front of Campbell's, but I don't know. There's the contact.
And there was a little contact there in the face. There was.
To me, I don't know.
In any event.
Listen, I've been there, folks. You get hit with hockey sticks, your legs don't go like jelly all of a sudden.
Well, we know that when you played, that's a mosquito bite. That's it.
No, but you know, the embellishment part of the game is what the referees have been asked by the players, by coaches, by management to come and really be strict on.
Could not agree more. Yep. Here's Mitchell finding the puck down low. Double team behind the net. Kulikov there to help out. And he skies one down the ice. And we get it touched with a high stick, so a stoppage of play, and the draw will be in the Edmonton zone.
You know, if you're counting feet, you're counting zones, that's a good break for the Panthers. Face-off goes all the way back in the Edmonton Oilers zone because it was an Edmonton player who had the high stick on the play. Just a little house cleaning there, knowing what's going on.
Gerard Gallant's Panthers have lost back-to-back games for only the third time this year in regulation, and trying to avoid losing 3 in a row for the first time all year. They have been very good at bouncing back.
Now that look on Gallant's face we just saw is, I think, a little irritation with the penalty taking.
No question. Ball on a loose puck, but this one was batted down with a hand, so Again, the draw will come out of the zone.
Now, the Florida Panthers have been good of late and been killing penalties, but, he just draws on your top players. Again, Mitchell is out there. Again, Bolin is out there. Again, Jokinen is out there. I mean, those are the top 3 experienced players in the game, and Jared Gallant would much rather use their experience in a different manner and continuously having to kill penalties.
Yeah, Mitchell already up over 16 minutes of ice time in this game.
And probably half of that has been killing penalties.
Everly feeds Nugent Hopkins. Now it's Schultz with 20. Here's Hall. Pouliot is out in front of Luongo's net. Panthers tip it away. Schultz gloves it down. Everly, Schultz, and Everly. Cross ice. It got through. Hall puts it in front. But Pouliot couldn't control. Now it's Hall again. He didn't get all of it, and Luongo is able to cover up. Taylor Hall had a chance there in a one-timer.
It takes skill to get that puck back and forth, east-west. And we know it can be extremely effective because of all the movement that has to be made. You see, everybody has to shift over to the left side. And if Taylor Hall is able to get a good piece of that puck, maybe the Panthers don't adjust in time.
Mitchell again right there with that stick. Remember in the first period, he saved the goal that Nugent Hopkins would have had. So final seconds, McKenzie just forces it forward. The Oilers will begin the third period on the power play. But all the goals came in the middle period, and a couple of young Panthers tallied to give the Cats the lead.
Big period as the Florida Panthers, for the first time in this game, have taken the lead. They now just have to clean up a little bit of the housekeeping, stay out of the penalty box, and now they only need to win 20 minutes to win the hockey game and keep climbing in the Eastern Conference standings.
Fans enjoying it tonight. Some of the members of the True Goldfarb fan club there in the shot as we get set for the third period. The Panthers have the lead going to the third, Danny, but the Oilers will begin the third period. They still have 40 seconds left in that power play.
Pretty good looking fan club, I thought.
No, it's not a bad looking fan club.
Florida Panthers,
Get
after killing
focused
the
on hockey,
5-on-3 a little earlier, were terrific. They really turned things around. It's like they were inspired by the veterans who actually killed the penalties. So looking for the Panthers to do the same here. Kill off the remaining 40 seconds. Then be inspired. Go out and take control of this hockey game like we know they can.
All right, here we go. McKenzie, Kopetsky, Mitchell, Kulikov. And Schultz. Ahead for Nugent Hopkins. He'll shoot in. They've got 4 forwards out there, the Oilers do. Everly under pressure, and McKenzie able to get it deep. Ryan Campbell waiting to get out of that penalty box in 10 more seconds. Good Branson and Huberdeau, the goals for the Panthers after they trailed 1-0. Taylor Hall knocked down by McKenzie. Loose now in front. Kopetsky's got it. Campbell out of the box. Kopetsky hits him. The Oilers back defensively, though. So the Panthers have been perfect on the penalty kill. Barkov, right off the bench in the offensive zone, steals it from Hall. Gives to Huberdeau. He goes for Boyes. Back to Barkov. Back to Boyes. Huberdeau again. What puck movement. Olsen fires. Save by Foss. Rebound. Boyes on the backhand. Save again. Well, the Barkov line with some nifty puck movement. Good Branson shoots, blocked in front by Schultz. Huberdeau is on it. And it's Barkov. Oh, what a shift here to start the third after the PK. Alexander Barkov. The give to Boyes down low. Spinning. Huberdeau again. Fights off Nikitin. But then Nikitin stole it away. And finally, the Oilers are able to clear, and a couple of their tired players get off the ice.
Well, as expected, the Panthers pick up the pace a little bit. Now just pick up the fact that you want to stay 5-on-5.
Here comes Jokinen. Stops, puts it in front. Bukestad couldn't get there. He gets tripped up, and they let that go. The Panthers have not had a power play yet in the game. The Oilers have had 4.
You've got to figure the next one's going to be a Panther power play. It's just the law of averages. Or the law of the stripes.
Ferentz with a nice stop, but didn't find his man Lander. Campbell, nice little feed to center. Jimmy Hayes down the wing. Hayes lets fly. Foster save up high. The rebound was there in front.
That's why you say shoot the puck. Look at that. Rebound came right out in the slot, 10 feet away.
Dave Bolin on a loose puck. Swallowed up by Frazier, but battles through and gets it out. Bolin has picked it up. 5 points in his last 8 games for the Panthers. Sent to the line, knocked down there. Bolin again. Skies one. Bergenheim after it with Klefbom. Hendricks was back to help out for Edmonton. Fired all the way down. Bouncing puck. Kulikov chops it to center. Continuous play 3 minutes into the third.
Well, there's been a lot of that in this game, hasn't there?
Yeah, there have been some long stretches without a whistle, you're right.
But it hasn't really helped either team. It just gets really stifling out there. Hard work.
Ooh, chance in front here. Luongo with a big save on Hendricks. Puck still loose. And the Panthers have it. Roberto has made some huge stops tonight. And that was one of them. Only one that beat him was Eberle on a breakaway. And this is Eberle. Dylan Olsen is back. Eberle holds. They give to Nugent Hopkins. Olsen charges at him. Knocks it away. Those two go at it. Hall there to help. McKenzie joins in. Now Olsen has lost his stick. But Kopetsky had a chance. Still working. And finally the Panthers roll it down the ice. On goal, so no icing. This puck fired out to center. Gathered in by Hall. Campbell with a good stick there. But Eberle picks it up. The feed in front. The backhander blocked away by Ekblad. Roy shoots. That goes wide.
That Edmonton line's been out there for quite a while. Maybe the Panthers could turn it up and take advantage of it.
Upshaw slides it down the ice. Here's that Barkov line. Their first shift of the third was a good one in the offensive zone. Oilers have the easy get out, but then the pocket is picked. And Brad Boyes moving with a chance. Foss the save. Boyes a rebound. Foss again. Oh, Brad Boyes with 2 dandy opportunities there. Huberdeau to Boyes again. They have had chances on both of their shifts, this Barkov line. And now Schultz. Panthers retreat to get the change. Little more than 5 gone by in the third.
I'll tell you what, Pouliot has been scoring a lot, but he sure is only got one thing on his mind. An incredible turnover right at their own blue line here in a tight game.
Free puck at center, and they're offside. Finally, we get a whistle.
You know, this happened in Edmonton. Yakupov gave the puck away for a Bergenheim goal. Take a look at this right here. Boom. Trying to deke a player when you're last man back. Pouliot nearly put his team behind by 2 goals by that decision right there to try and make a deke at center ice. You just try and avoid those turnovers. And Pouliot and the Edmonton Oilers got away with that because Brad Boyes was certainly looking to put that thing and give his Panthers a 2-goal lead. You know, we talked about that early in the game. Challenge for Todd Nelson. It's not systems so much as it is getting players out of bad habits. That is a bad habit.
Olsen threw it out to center and then batted deep in the zone by Scotty Upshaw. All 3 goals came in the second period. They came 11 minutes apart. Eberle for Hall. He lost it. Willie Mitchell calmly flips it over to the boards for Kulikov. And Kulikov couldn't clear. Eberle knocked it down. Centering feed. Kulikov is there. Barron's able to keep it alive. One more time for Kulikov. He was held from behind or hooked. And finally, the Florida Panthers will get a chance. Roberto Luongo keeps the Panthers up by a goal with a big stop, and Florida's going to get a power play. 13:43 to go. The Panthers now with a big chance to add to the lead. Billy, they'll go on the power play for the first time tonight.
They will, and for the Panthers, up 2-1 in the third period. You need a good shift to start the third period, and Barkov has 6 points his last 7 games. Huberdeau has 13 points in 13 games. Watch this shift. This is what they're doing better. Hard on the puck, outworking the opponent. Barkov gets in on the forecheck, and then pay attention to Huberdeau. It's a battle. Barkov steals the puck. Huberdeau gets it back, wins his battle on the boards. Quick passing play, tic-tac-toe. All of a sudden, it's back to the point for a bomb, and that is the shift you're looking for to start a third period. And here's the penalty against Taylor Hall. Just reaches in on the hands of Dmitry Kulikov. And yes, Denny, the law of averages finally worked out. The Panthers get a power play.
Yeah, now we'll see what they'll do with it, right, Billy?
Scored on the power play the other night against Colorado. But here the Oilers get the quick clear. Ekblad fired out, but Fane there for Edmonton. Short-handed, looking for a chance, and they've got one, and they score! And we are tied.
Matt Hendricks scoring a short-handed goal. Oh my, how tough does that get? I mean, it's almost like laughable as you can see the Gerard Gallant expression. Just a tough play. You're trying to make the pass up the middle, maybe a little too hard, a little too hasty by Ekblad. He misses his target, Bjugstad, and then the puck is turned over, and Matt Hendricks scored. My. They have now scored 4 shorthanded goals on the season. The Edmonton Oilers, this one is a stinger.
And a shocker, the Panthers, with a lead in the third, have been so good. They're 4th in the NHL in goals against in the third period. And they finally get a power play, but the Oilers quickly score shorthanded 15 seconds into it. Plenty of time left on the man advantage. Kulikov. And they're offside.
And again, turnovers. It's killing the Panthers. Every chance the Oilers have had on this game has been off turnovers and in transition. They have not had extended zone time down in the Panthers' end, but they're a fast, quick team off the rush, and they can exploit you if you have those turnovers.
Well, 2-2 game now. Aaron Ekblad rushes over the blue line.
Well, Gerard Gallant was quick to get that five-some off the ice. Not happy with that. Ekblad maybe the pass, and as I said, maybe a little too exuberant, you know. Not maybe just taking that second to regroup and go up as a 5-man unit on the man advantage.
Boys looks in front. Oh, and it went right under Barkov's stick. He was all alone. What a chance there. Here comes Campbell, skating away from Pouliot. Bjugstad on the wing, carries, stops, double team, swings it down low for UC Jokinen. He'll play it to the point, Ekblad. Campbell now, Hayes is out in front. There's the shot, it was blocked. Bjugstad trying to dig it out of there. Campbell and Hayes in the scrum as well. All that work along the wall in the Edmonton zone. 20 to go on the power play.
A lot of precious time is dying on the clock right now.
And Nikitin is away with it. He goes down. Hayes overskated for a moment. And now Purcell has it opening. And that'll just about do it. Hall set to come out of the box. Here comes Jokinen. For even strength, Boland is in. Winds and fires. It misses high. Willie Mitchell hustles over to keep it in the zone. Boland again. In front, off Fleischmann's stick. Taylor Hall. Carrying out, fighting off a check. Everly moves in. The pass to Nugent Hopkins, and it went off his stick. Oh boy. Everly in front. Nugent Hopkins stopped by Luongo. Bergenheim.
What do they do if Willie Mitchell is not on the ice tonight?
Fleischmann with a steal. It's Boland on the backhand. Save by Fost. Mitchell gets back and loses his man. Upshaw shoots in. McKenzie. sitting behind the net. Upshaw again. Finds the puck. Tipped away from the slot. Upshaw checked at center. Flipped to the Edmonton line. Oilers have it there. There's the short-handed goal by the Oilers. Gordon and Fane got the helpers. Tie the game here in the third. Steal here and Kopecky down low. Looking. Backhander save Fost. Kopecky again. Goodbranson plays along the wall. Has an opening and shoots. That was deflected and it went up and out of play. You can coordinate your next company outing, any kind of party or gathering here at the BB&T Center with the Panthers. Group ticket minimum is 10 tickets. So go to FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK. The Cats are home Monday night against Vancouver before the All-Star break. Tense moments now midway through the third. Faceoffs have been 50-50 in this game tonight. Here comes Yakupov. It's a 2-on-1. Luongo with a big save.
I don't think I've seen in any recent time so many odd man breaks given to the opposition.
Boys battles. Boys has it and shoots. Save by Fost. We are tied here in the third period. Hendricks got the goal for Edmonton.
Welcome back to the BB&T Center. Just over halfway through the third period, a 2-2 game here on social media night for us at Fox Sports Florida. We've been asking for your questions and your comments on the Panthers all night tonight. We got one question here from Kenneth Wilson that we want to get answered. Halfway through, the Panthers were on pace for 98 points. And guys, would that be enough this year for a spot in the playoffs?
Well, Drew, I can answer that. Last season, both Columbus and Detroit were the wild card teams to make it in the East. Both teams had 93 points.
98's usually a number that gets you in a little bit of room.
98 will get you in.
Huberdeau shoots. Knocked down in front. Markov got a stick on it. Couldn't get the shot away. But it's so tight in the East. A few losses kind of drop you back a bit. Here's Huberdeau shooting again. Fost another save. Ekblad jumps on the puck. Brad Boyes gets jammed up there and lost the puck. Panthers here trying to stop the two-game regulation losing streak. Just at that, 2 games, and not let it go any further. And get a big 2 points here. Right now, even game in the third against the Oilers. Jussi Jokinen, little flip ahead, and Fleischmann got slashed. Hall broke his stick in half, and the Panthers will get another power play.
Well, that's a couple of penalties there for Hall.
Edmonton penalty number 4, 2 minutes for slashing.
You know, discipline is not exclusive to one team or another. Look at that chop. That's not hard right there. That is not hard one to call. Taylor Hall has taken both penalties in the third period. The only 2 penalties that have been given to the Edmonton Oilers.
That's about as bad a penalty as you can take. That's a no-doubter. That's like you chopping wood up in Ottawa there, Denny.
Hey, Billy, that's a mistake. He hires people to do that. He's not doing it himself. You know that.
Okay.
Here's Goodbranson off the draw, firing off the glove of Fost. And in the clear down by Hendricks. Another chance here for the Panthers. On the man advantage, Oilers had 4 power plays in the opening 2 periods. Panthers didn't have any. This is their second here in the final period. Markov on the wing, Goodbranson, and he'll flip in. Panthers need to get to work. Markov rides Fane. Boyes trying to dig it free. Huberdeau there as well. They get it free to Goodbranson. He goes down, though. Right back up. Oilers win a battle.
Somebody's got to feel the magic. Coach Gallant hopes that guy's on the ice right now.
Bjugstad, Hayes, and Jokinen the forwards. Jokinen able to play the puck. Bjugstad moves it along for Jimmy Hayes. Back to the point, good Branson, who has one tonight. And he couldn't tee it up. And Hendricks didn't have a stick. Big break there for the Oilers. Hendricks got to the bench. 40 seconds left on the power play. Jokinen feeds it over the line. They're offside. It was deflected.
Now we take a look at Bjugstad. You know, the second part of the season, as I mentioned earlier, the one thing you got to be wary of is that everybody is a better hockey team than they were 2 months ago. A lot harder to steal games, steal points. Doesn't matter if you're number 1 in your conference or number 14 in the conference. That's why games are much tougher in the second half, and you need consistent scoring. Bjugstad is one of those guys that has been really hot at times and then really cold at times. In the last 5 games, only 2 assists. There's going to need to be a more consistent scoring from the top players, not just Bjugstad, but the boys, guys like Boys on the team, and of course the other high scorer, which has been Jimmy Hayes.
Battle again along the boards. Hayes knocked it up to the point. And now Aaron Ekblad looking for the lead. The shot is blocked though by Nikitin. That stung him a bit. Hayes again down low for Bjugstad, and Campbell, he'll let one go. Knocked down in front. It actually hit Jokinen. And the Oilers have killed it off again. So the special teams in the third have been a big difference. Edmonton was able to tie it with the shorty. And we're 5-on-5, Hall out of the box.
You know, in retrospect, you take a look at the end of the game and you try and analyze it. And the Florida Panthers right now have to look at the power play as not being effective and a big problem.
Willie Mitchell over to Bergenheim. Lead pass. Fleischmann got a piece of it. Knocked right back to center. And it's Nugent Hopkins. Kulikov played it well. Got the help from Bergenheim to get it out. Hall poked away. Willie Mitchell again with that active stick. McKenzie at center around one man. Around another. Kopetsky with a quick shot. Saved by Fost. And he'll gather it in. Tie game with 5.5 left at the BB&T Center. Panther fans are used to games like this. Down the stretch we come. This one is all even. The lead has changed hands a couple of times here. Edmonton got the first goal of the game from Eberle on this breakaway.
And that's a pretty nice shot right there. A turnover created that for Eberle. He doesn't miss. Even strength goal. That's a goal certainly that Fost would want back, but it's the one that tied it up seconds later. And then Huberdeau gives his team a lead 2-1 on an even strength. And this is a real stinger. This is a shorthanded goal by Matt Hendricks that tied it up, and here we are, 2-2 with 5:32 remaining in the third. And by the way, that was the 4th shorthanded goal of the season for the Edmonton Oilers. They're one of the leaders in the NHL in that category.
Kenzie will take this face-off in the Oilers zone against Boyd Gordon. Gordon got an assist on that tying goal by Hendricks, a couple of former Washington Capitals. And controlled by Ferentz. Sends it all the way down. And it's icing on the Oilers. Let's take a look at our ADT defensive play of the game, a guy you've spoken a lot about tonight.
Yeah, he has been quite outstanding, and I don't know that he's moved past his own blue line. 5-on-3. That is one heck of a play. You'll see it better here. He gets his stick on the shot by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. That is a sure save of a goal, and he did similar plays several times throughout this game. Captain Willie Mitchell.
Kopetsky gets a shot away, hit the outside of the net. Right off the draw, Kopetsky, Upshaw, and McKenzie. Kopetsky trying to dig it out of there again, but Klinkhammer's got it. Under pressure, he hit the back of his own net. And now Ferentz hit by Upshaw. It came out of the zone, though. Kopetsky stays with Gordon, but he's able to flip it in. Jokinen tried to go cross ice, deflected. Bolin pushed it out. Here's Bolin. Knocked away by Pouliot. Bolin stays with it. Now it's Yakupov. Try to get around Campbell. You're not going to do that against the veteran Brian Campbell. And the Oilers have iced it. Tonight on Fox Sports Live, all the highlights from around the world of sports. NFL Championship preview, NHL highlights. Tonight on Fox Sports 1 and streaming on Fox Sports Go.
Maybe an advantage developing here for the Florida Panthers. They might have a tired unit out there for Edmonton, unable to change on the icing, but they lose the face-off. And, well, no, not out of the zone yet.
Yeah, Barkov boys, but now it does come out. Pouliot able to change, but nobody else. But Roy able to bat it back to center. And Roy carrying. Couldn't get around all three Panthers. Now the Oilers able to get all the forwards off the ice. Schultz, lead pass to the Panther line. Here's Hall streaking in. Save Luongo. Huberdeau's on the rebound. Moving through center. And Huberdeau chips in. Late in the shift for him. Bolin with a hit. But Eberle able to find Nugent Hopkins. Thane getting back. Bolin trails him. Bolin bumps him. Jokinen is in there as well. Panthers put Branson down low. Fighting with Boyd. Gordon. Nikitin under pressure. Good Branson again. They held it in. Fleischmann up high. The slap shot is blocked. Hendricks was able to get down and negate the Fleischmann shot. Here's Jokinen with 3 to go.
That pass attempt to Hendricks looked like the equivalent of a Hail Mary.
Back with you Monday night when the Vancouver Canucks go to town. Panthers beat them up in Western Canada a couple of weeks ago. Jimmy Hayes on the shoot-in. Bergenheim hustles after it. Hayes picks it up. But Frazier spinning in the corner. Now double team. Bergenheim knocked it down. Bukestad picks it free. Ekblad, the shot deflected and a save by Fost.
See what, Jimmy Hayes got a beautiful deflection right on net.
Bukestad again working. Double teamed as he went down. Hayes in there. 2 aside, battling in the zone. Ferentz the hit on Bukestad. Hayes again hunts it down. It's Bukestad again. Backhander in front, free puck. Bergenheim sets up Ekblad. The slap shot blocked away. Loose in the slot. Hayes couldn't get the shot off. He got tied up. A penalty is being called.
That's how you draw penalties in the offensive zone. You just become relentless and you keep control of the puck.
Lander to the box after the hard work.
That was a long shift for the Edmonton Oilers. You start to panic, and then you catch yourself in positions where you got to throw that left arm out there, and that is a sure sign of a holding call about to be made. You see that left hand of Lander bringing down Jimmy Hayes.
Gerard Gallant will call timeout. You see the difference in the game clock and the power play, only 5 seconds, and Billy, it's time for this power play to connect.
It is, and what a pleasure to watch that shift at ice level. It was amazing. Relentless, that's the perfect word. They were hard on the puck, never gave up, and they finally draw that penalty. And the Oilers have struggled in one-goal games. I talked to their assistant coach, Craig Ramsey, former Panther assistant coach, and he said, our team is fragile. We just don't have that belief. They've lost 17 of 22 games decided by 1 goal. The Panthers have been really good in 1-goal games, 14-3-9. So the advantage there, power play, this is a must, and this is a fragile Oiler team. Panthers looking to capitalize.
See what they can do. The Bukestad line comes on. Bukestad at 58% in the circle tonight. Jokinen out there as well. He's only taken 2 draws and split them, and he'll take this one. Third power play of the period for the Panthers. Trying to reclaim the lead. Oilers got it tied earlier in the period. Battle off the wall. It's play to Ekblad. Brian Campbell now. Shot blocked. And it's out of play.
including tonight. The Florida Panthers are 1 for the last 19. Not a very good stat, obviously, on the power play. And, you know, it just from experience and from the fact that everybody has been there, every team, when your power play really is not clicking, you limit the passing. Think, shoot all the time. Then it makes it easier on everybody else. Everybody can anticipate where the puck's going to go.
Oilers got the clear. Ekblad with his 6 goals on the season. Jokinen centering pass is taken away.
I have to put radios in the helmets of these guys.
Minute and a half left. Bjugstad over the line. Drops it off for Campbell. He'll let fly. Save by Foss. Rebound just eluded Ekblad. Campbell controls. Now it's Jokinen. Takes a shot. It went wide. They hustle over, try to hold it in, and Campbell beautifully did. It's Hayes spinning free. Hayes to Campbell. Ekblad again. Bjugstad out in front. Ekblad shoots. Knocked down. It was blocked. Ferentz got it up the wall. Panthers get a partial change. Barkov is on. Along with Boyes and Huberdeau, they produced a goal tonight, and they had been hot. Campbell floats one in. Barkov on his horse gets there. Chipped up the wall. Campbell has to come to center. Half a minute to go on the power play. Huberdeau now has one tonight. Gives to Barkov on the wing. He goes down. Huberdeau with a hit. Panthers looking to work it free for another chance, but it comes all the way down the ice. Here come the Oilers. It's Purcell flipping it. Too far for Pouliot. Olsen with a good hit. Clock winding down in regulation. One more rush. Barkov shoots in. The power play is over. Huberdeau hit by Pouliot. Here's Barkov with one. We will go to overtime.
Plenty of opportunities for the Florida Panthers. Now they simply have to get themselves together for overtime. They have been strong in one-goal games, but they've got an opponent that won't seem to go away in these Edmonton Oilers.
Both teams have a point in the bank. It's a huge extra point for the Panthers. Overtime is next. Well, the Panthers got very familiar with overtimes and shootouts for a while. They haven't had one in a bit. They're back at it tonight. There's the records. The Oilers, after regulation, just 1-9, 0-6 in actual overtime play. Panthers are 1-4 in overtime. Most of their games have been decided in the shootouts.
Well, the Panthers have not been in overtime, Goldie, as you were pointing out, in the last 8 games. But you know, those statistics, when you've got a new coach like Todd Nelson, and we've obviously seen a better structure to the Edmonton Oilers tonight, he can throw the past away. This is a different hockey team at Edmonton, playing in a better structure, and now find themselves in a rare position, in an OT situation on the road, one shot away from winning the game.
Here we go. For Branson and Huberdeau, the Panther goals. Everly, Hendricks for the Oilers. Kulikov, Mitchell, McKenzie, and Kopetsky out there. To start overtime, Kulikov has to get back. Everly and Nugent-Hopkins, the talented forwards on the ice. And the Panthers going to get called for icing right off the get-go.
You know, it's quite amazing when you look at the youngster Nugent-Hopkins. He leads the National Hockey League in forwards time on ice. And he gets about 28 shifts a game. Doesn't look like there's going to be any rest for him tonight.
Kopetsky off the face-off, races out with McKenzie. Clefbaum got a piece of the puck. And now he controls. Everly. Whoa, Kopetsky stripped him in front, but Everly regains possession. Clefbaum. And the dump in. The defenseman will give chase. Willie Mitchell. Put it in the corner. Kulikov gets around Everly. Here come the Panthers. Huberdeau's on. Kulikov shoots in. Huberdeau will battle along the wall with Eberle. Works it free to Barkov. Here's Ekblad. Controlling. Campbell just hopped on. Huberdeau again. Fights off Klefbom. Huberdeau controls. Huberdeau still with it. Turns. Trying to win it. The spin. He waits. He shoots. Oh, it goes wide on a deflection. Jonathan Huberdeau razzle and dazzle.
Could that have been something?
Panthers hold it in. Ekblad trying to win it. Saved by Fost. Rebound comes to Campbell. Cats putting the heat on. Trying to put it away in overtime. It's Jokinen. And Ekblad flips it down low for Fleischmann. Fleischmann controls up the wall. One more time for the 18-year-old Ekblad. This is Jokinen. Fleischmann scoops it up. Panthers looking for some space. Jokinen. Oh, he gave it away. Hall got it in on a break. Jokinen getting back defensively. Hall controls and then he turns it over to Campbell. You see Jokinen with great hustle. Ekblad still on. Fleischmann past Jokinen. Good action in the opening 2 minutes of overtime. Here comes Nikitin on the rush. Poked away. Bergenheim with Bjugstad. Bjugstad moving. Check by Petrie. Work to Goodbranson. Olsen now lost an edge and went down. Pops back up. Feeds Bergenheim. Here's Bjugstad. He couldn't control though. Bjugstad rides Nikitin to the wall. Pouliot is out. Panthers double team him. Knock it away. Comes to the point. Ferentz has it though. They give to Roy. Derek Roy looking in front. Open man. Luongo got down to get a piece. Here come the Panthers looking to go the other way. 3-on-2. Bergenheim at the line. It's poked off his stick though, and the Panthers are offside. Oh my goodness. What action.
You know, if you love hockey and you love highlights, you would have wanted this one to have gone in. One spin, two spins, the shot, and the save. Boy, Huberdeau was amazing on that play, but did not finish. Then the Luongo save as Justin Schultz, the defenseman, tries to sneak in the back door. All this in overtime.
2 left in OT. Nugent Hopkins. Spinning. Walks up the boards, then leaves it for Ferentz. Kulikov on the loose puck. Quickly ahead, Jimmy Hayes. He'll wait and give to Kulikov. He overskated. Look out here. Purcell trying to get in. Panthers get back defensively. Mitchell with the bump. And Hayes funnels it around the boards. Willie Mitchell catches up to it. Kulikov now. For Hayes at the line. Throws it on goal. Barkov defensively, forcing the Oilers back. Huberdeau is on again. Eberle nearly lost it there at center, but he's able to sky it into the zone. Aaron Ekblad, check, double team. It's Taylor Hall now. Cross ice has a man. Luongo, big save on Klefbom. And we continue.
Boy, I tell you, this has been so tough because you can't really give a lot of edge to any one team. They get it for a few seconds, couple of shifts, but then they come back just like this one here. And Klefbom, the defenseman, not wandering in as much as maybe he would have liked to, given the amount of space that he had.
Off the draw, puck still free at the circle, comes behind the net. It's Campbell. It rolled on him, but he's still got a piece of it. Panthers couldn't clear. Hall knocked away. Picked up by Eberle. Petrie flips it in front. McKenzie is there. Sends it ahead. Kopecky catches up to it. Kopecky, McKenzie's out in front. The pass was blocked away by Klefbom though. Kopecky continues to work, but Hall has the puck in some room. 20 to go. Bjugstad, good hit on Hall. Nice defensive work. with 10 left, and the Panthers get one more chance. They've got to move quickly. Ekblad. Bjugstad. Final seconds. They won't get a shot off. Shootout time.
All right, now it comes out to the goaltenders and the individual shooters. The game action has come to an end. We've given them enough time, 65 minutes, and they couldn't make a decision, or they couldn't get a decision for us. So Huberdeau, who may have had the best opportunity in overtime, I'm quite sure he will be one of the players chosen for the shots here in the shootout.
Roberto Luongo has faced 52 shooters on the season. Victor Faust, 3. So
wow.
I think we might have an advantage in that. The Panthers have been here before, that 20-round shootout against Washington, but not a lot of experience on the season for Faust. A ton for Luongo. Luongo, the veteran goaltender. I think we're going to win this one, boys.
Well, they had that 20-rounder, so Luongo is first in the NHL in shots against in the shootout. And 12 out of 52 have only beat him. That's it. Edmonton will shoot first. It'll be the talented Nail Yakupov against Luongo.
Waiting for Willie Mitchell to get off the ice.
And he finally does. Here comes Yakupov, #1 overall a few years ago. Head fake, and he scores.
Now, there may be a lot of criticism about Yakupov's play in certain areas. I don't think you're going to get it in the offensive area. This is pretty classic here. #1 overall draft pick, lots of talent.
Here's Barkov. He has a game-deciding goal this year. He beat the Penguins in a 7-round shootout with the only goal, trying to tie it. Oh, he did that one-hand move again, the drag, but Voss stopped it.
You know, the one that he converted into a game-deciding goal, it was a one-hand, but he lifted over the pad of Holtby. This one he did not lift. And as you can see, the pad is right there beating the puck.
Here's Jordan Eberle, very good at the shootouts. And he misses.
This is such a great angle. You see what he was trying to hit. He actually missed the net. He went wide. It looked like there was some net there. Hard to tell from our angle, but Eberle scored 1 goal in the game for his team already.
Bjugstad won the 20-rounder earlier this year against Washington. And Faust able to make the save. And boy, now the Panthers need a save.
Little bit like the one where he won the shootout against Washington. Little deke, little fake. But this time, Faust did not go for the initial fake.
They need Luongo here against the young Taylor Hall. Another #1 overall pick. Hall hit the post. The Panthers are still alive.
Taylor Hall's a competitive kid. He wanted this real bad. Remember, he took those 2 penalties in the 3rd period. I think Roberto may have gotten a piece of that with the glove as well. Hard to tell, but it appeared like he may have gotten just enough.
Jokinen needs a goal to keep the Panthers alive. One of the best in the NHL in his career. Jokinen speeds in on Faust. And to the backhand, no.
You know what? I was just going to say, he must have looked at the Barkov attempt, how that didn't work. Although it's a shot or a play or deke that Jokinen has in his inventory, I did not think he was going to use it. What a disheartening loss for the Florida Panthers. They will get 1 point, of course, as you know. It doesn't really matter that Edmonton gets 2 points. Obviously, different conference. But that extra point is a big loss for the Florida Panthers. Barkov, the first shooter, tried this. It didn't work. Not even close. Jokinen tries the same move, and it doesn't work. Not even close.
The reaction from Roberto Luongo. That is a point the Panthers should have had, whether it should have been done way earlier, which it probably should have been done, is something we can discuss in the post-game show. Panthers get one, but it was a night, Drew, they wanted to get two.